Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to a mental break. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's been a while, guys. It was a lot going on, and y'all really don't care. I ain't even going to get into it, but I'm going to jump right into this video. I'm back, and I'm going to be pumping videos out because it's been a minute. So let me jump right in. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Deanna. I'm a registered nurse. I specialize in the psychiatric field. I've been doing it for over 20 years. I've interviewed so many people from children to adults. I mean, elderly adults. I've worked on high profile cases in my city. I've worked on cases that've been in the news. I've worked with the top psychologists, psychiatrists, and therapists and psych techs in my city. So when I talk about this stuff, I know what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not saying that I know everything, and I'm not on here claiming to be a doctor. But I've been doing this a long time, and there's one thing I know is human behavior. And here on a mental break, what we do is we take viral stories and we break it down and find out who's accountable and make it make sense. Because some of these people just don't want to be accountable. They just want to, some of this stuff be mental illness, but some of this stuff is just all about accountability. So this is what we're going to talk about on this channel because there's a lot of heavy stuff going on right now. So I like this channel just to be light. It's enough heavy stuff going on. So you've seen the thumbnail. Let's talk about these pick because this is getting on my nerves. First, I'm going to say this about pick What people don't understand, and this may ruffle some feathers. And listen, I don't care. I've been doing this a long time. I know what I'm talking about, and this is what it is. Now, I'm going to be honest because that's all I can be on this channel. I used to be a pick I was just like many other women. I was a pick once upon a time myself. But I'm not going to get, I'm not, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about this topic. I'm just telling you, I used to be a pick so I know the characteristics of a pick how why they exist and how they exist. But also, I can say that I'm a reformed pick because I did go to therapy. I did address issues that I have had and which has made me a different woman and I've made better and wiser choices and my life is much happier because of it. So having said that, let's dive right in. Let's talk about these women. We're going to talk with that damn Brittney Renner. Now listen, I don't know why this girl thought that using religion to get a man was going to turn out right. And especially if you're talking about Kevin Gates. This man is one of many problematic men, out here in this entertainment world. He is problematic on so many levels. There's nothing about this man that screams monogamy. There's nothing about this man that screams, wanting a healthy family life. There's nothing about this man. But Brittney Renner is basically just trying to sell herself to the highest bidder and to do whatever she has to do for a man with money. And it's very unfortunate because once upon a time, Brittney Renner had the opportunity to really do something as far as a career is concerned. And I'm not saying you have to have a career. What I'm saying is she has herself in a position now where she's depending on men and you cannot depend on men. That's something you just can't do anymore. Now, maybe you can go back 30, 40, 50 years ago. Maybe you could depend on a man to take care of you when you look like Brittney Renner. But now you cannot. It doesn't matter what you look like anymore. You cannot depend on a lot of these men out here, especially men like him. I'm going to stick to that. So this woman thought it was a good idea to mess with religion and become, Muslim for this relationship. As soon as the relationship's over, her job comes off. So that goes to show me that you weren't serious about the religion and you were just doing it for a man. You weren't really changing your life. You never took anything seriously. And this is why this woman will continue to spiral. Because when you're a pick me, you're not things are not going to go well in your favor. It's just not. Because when you're doing things for men who act like he does, you're always going to be disappointed. That's just it. It's just going to happen. It's no other way around it. Because these type of men, they're not going to give you what you want. They're not. And men like him, they love to use pick and spit them out. They love it. So they don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your kids. They don't care about what's that? Fat Joe. He got problems right now, y'all. They don't care about your faults or mishappenings. They don't care. Okay. So that's pick me number one we talking about, because this is not going to be a long video. Jasmine Brown. I put her in the pick me category as well because I believe she's pregnant again by Cam Newton, or either she had the baby, one or the other. I didn't double back to check. I did a video on her before, not on this channel, but I did a video on her before about her being Queen Pick Me. And again, she's another one. This man has made it very clear he's not interested in monogamy. This is another man who allegedly, and I'm not going to say allegedly, that his sexuality is questioned, just like Kevin Gates' sexuality is questioned. So there's some questionable things about, what side of the street they're on, or are they in the middle of the street? Because I don't know which one it is. So when you have men like this with money who like to teeter and do the things that they do, none of these men make for good mates. And these women think that you can love it away, or if I'm just submissive, or if I'm just this, or I'm just that. They don't respect it. That's another thing that these pick-me's don't understand. Men like that, they don't even respect you in all actuality, because they can get you to do whatever they want you to do. And that's just the bottom line. Because if I'm not mistaken, in my video, she mentioned something about backdoor sex and she didn't like it, and it was painful and she was crying in the shower. Why are you with somebody that's going to have you cry in the shower? This is what I'm saying. So, this is what pick me's go through. That's why I don't understand pick me women. I used to be a pick me woman. And again, once I realized that I wasn't winning in this situation, that they were, oh, that all had to change, because I had to change all that. I ain't been a pick me in a long damn time. I'll tell you that right now. So, because there's no way that I'm going to live my life and a man gets everything he wants and I get nothing. That's no way to live. That's a very painful and very lonely way to live. Now I'm gonna go on to this damn B Simone. Child, Lord Jesus. B Simone is like, why is this girl even in the limelight? That's what I'm trying to figure out. This girl got in trouble two times in one day. One thing about her best friend, and I don't know what all went down with that. And then another thing with the baby, where she begging him again, why we never got together? Why we never? He don't want you. What part of that don't you understand? And then this is how pick me's are. Whether we like Danny Leg or not, yellow bone is what he want. Whether we like her or not, the way that he treated her after she had his baby, that she was, the baby was only a couple months old or something like that, and she's breastfeeding. This man wants to put her out at 2, 3 in the morning, you know, and she's not going to leave her baby. So if you're putting her out, she's going to take her baby, because that's a breastfed baby. And she's newly postpartum. It's the middle of the night, and you put the girl on camera. So how does he care about her in that instance? And on top of that, he was pitting her against Mimi, the other girl, other baby mama. So he's having these two women, battle for him. And B Simone and her big forehead self, she thinks that this is a man to be with. We all saw it unfold on social media. So it's like, why do you think that's what I'm saying. Pick me women are insane to me. Why do you think that this man, the baby, is going to treat you better? What do you think you have that Mimi didn't have, that Danny Lay didn't have? All of a sudden you got it though. Just because you're B Simone? Because a lot of women think that way. A lot of women think because they have, a great career or powerful position, or they're a celebrity, they think that these men are not going to treat them like they treat all the other women in their lives. And it's been proven time and time again that they do. It's the same thing. And I'm going to tell you something about pick me women. Because again, I was one too. So I can relate to all of this. Pick me women, there's some insecurity there. There's also some sort of trauma of some kind, whether it's some sort of family trauma, lack of a dad, lack of a mom, or some sort of SA, or something that they don't feel valued. And the only way that they can feel valued is through a man. They think a man's validation gives them value. And I've heard B Simone say that she's been to therapy, but honey, you ain't using the tools and it ain't working. I'm gonna know who your therapist is because baby, it ain't working at all. So she's definitely not using the tools. Danny Lay is another one. This woman, for her to come out with a song, Yellow Bone is what he want. That girl clearly subscribes to colorism because she thinks that because she was, light skinned did, that she was going to be the one that, oh, he's going to settle down with me. I'm going to have a baby with him. Honey, what happened is your career took a huge nosedive ever since you've been with him. And see, that's another thing. And that Jasmine Brown, I don't even know what her story is. I don't know where she comes from or what the hell she got going on. But I know that she got issues as well because any woman that would sit here and have another baby by this man, and this man has no intentions on marriage, you're not going to get what you want. All this running around and cooking and cleaning and packing his bag and crying in the shower, honey, all you do is live day after day in misery. Now, pick me women, they will live in misery just to have a man. And that's sad. That's sad. Pick me women will also attack other women who are not pick me's, who have standards, who has boundaries. They'll attack other women because of the fact they're jealous because these women know their worth. So they like to do that. They like to, wave the wedding ring. A good example of that is Ashley from Love is Blind with Ashley and Tyler. This girl, and I'm calling her girl because she's stupid, you knew that Tyler had those children. You knew that they just weren't sperm babies. You knew all that and you didn't care. All you wanted was the ring and you wanted the man. That's what you wanted. Well, now she filed for divorce and he was sleeping on the couch because word on the street is he doing DoorDash now. And we don't know. She did an interview with AD, who's another big old pick me. Um, and she never really said what he did for her to cause the divorce because she was holding on to him for dear life, honey. She was holding on to him. She was really one of those my man, my man, my man women. She was one of them. And he must have she got tired of him. She got tired of him. And see, that's what happens when you're a pick me. Some women can't take. After a while, you realize, like I did. After a while, you realize, listen, I ain't getting nothing out of this. If anything, I'm losing. I'm losing more and more and more. I'm losing my money. I'm losing my looks. I'm losing my self respect. I'm losing my dignity. And when you get to that point, then you know it's time to go. And I think that's what it was for her. I think she realized that Tyler might have been a nice looking guy, but that's all he had to offer. He ain't had to offer nothing else. Because for this man to be working DoorDash, that goes to show you that he more than likely wasn't working through that marriage. And she was carrying everything. So I think that's what's going on over there. So I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on this video. I'm just talking about these pick me's because, again, these pick me women is something. And I'm sure that I'm going to get some comments of from women who don't like what I'm saying because more than likely they're pick me's. But I also know because again, like I said in the beginning, I'm a psych nurse. I've interviewed many women like this. And at the end of the day, when everything is quiet and all they got is their thoughts, like Jasmine says she cries in the shower, best believe they not happy. Because there's nothing good or happy about being in a relationship with a man that really don't want you, that you're a placeholder, that he's using you for sex, for labor, for whatever. He's just using you. Because in reality, he really don't want you. You're just there until he either gets the woman he really wants or he continues to use women because that's just who he is. Because some of these men, they're just like that. They don't care. Because they know there's plenty of pick-me's out here. And see, that's the thing about men. Men are not going to change until women change. And as long as there's pick-me's running around, these men are not going to change, because these men know that they can get them a pick-me and pass time with them. And from time to time, they'll go after the woman that they want. And when they can't get them, they go right back where they say, well, I got my pick-me at home. Matter of fact, I got a video, I got a clip from TikTok that I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it on this channel or not, but it's a man on TikTok that actually talked about that, how he hates his wife and how he's only with her because she has a good job. And if he had the money, he would go after the woman that he really wants, because this is what happens to these men with pick-me's. Men with pick-me's, this is how they really think. They're only there until they get what they want. And then when they get too old to get what they want, then they'll stay with you. These are the men that have been with women for 25, 30 years and won't marry them. That's because they never wanted you in the first place. They just stayed with you because you was the only one that would keep them. So until this behavior stops with women being pick-me's, these men are going to keep acting like this. But I'm glad to see that a lot more women are starting to wake up, and they're starting to have more standards and boundaries, and starting not to accept a lot of this bad behavior from, a lot of men out here. And this is men across the board. I'm not talking about just one particular, race or, culture of men. This is across the board. So this is something that's going on, around the world, not just in the U.S. of A. Because I saw a video this morning about these women in Japan and what they over there doing, because they sick of these men too. So, or these type of men. I'm not going to say men overall. There are some good men out here. Let me end this video by saying that there are some good men out here. There are, but what it is, it's not enough. That's the difference. So it's not like there aren't any good men out here. There are some good men, but it's just not enough. So that's the point. So I'm this in this video. I'll be back with more because I'm on break now. I'm gonna be out for a little while as far as working, so I can put some more time into this. And I got a lot of things in store for this channel. So I'm just looking forward to growing this channel. So you guys have a good one, and I'll be back soon.